Spiky. He is the name of the character that was the prototype. Based on those enemy types in Spyro A Hero's Tale. Here's what he looked like on Metabang. And here's what he looks like redrawn. Spiky seems like a very generic name, but it's the best thing I could come up with. I mean, going through all the names that were very possible, I could have gone with Skewer, and we couldn't have gone for that now, could we? I literally have a Spinosaurus named Lacerate, and he's one of the bad guys. I think maybe the sharp names would actually be suitable for villains, not protagonist experiments like this guy. His evolution was kind of based on Salamence, which is why you kind of see a little bit of some colors here. I'm also going to make it into a clay figurine. Most of the stuff I make is like basically on clay figurines. Remember Martelio? The last stream was basically cut off. I don't know what happened. It said some kind of network difficulties or something. That's not good. I played Spyro Hero's Tale in the past, so like with Spyro You're the Dragon with the Ice Jackals, enemy types are basically a little bit of inspiration for characters in regular life. And those are basically the only two I have so far. And they're not even bad guys. They're just basically creatures created by Masadi. He was going to be called Munch in the prototype, but I named him Spiky because, well, he's like this dragonic beast with the turtle shell and spikes. I would have gone for Spikin, but that's a Spectrobe, so Spiky was the closest I got. Okay, he's based on the alligator snapping turtle. And he's basically called a Snapdragon. I think it's a pretty cool concept. Will be seen in Season 5, if I can even get this season done. With finals finally finished, I mean, I do have to still attend class because I think we're gonna have food. Looks good. Enough of that. Let me get back to Pokemon Go. No thanks, I already caught a Tapu Fini already. Ooh, a Staryu. Ever since this event has been going on, the only shiny I got was a Magikarp. I get it's rare, but come on. Could I at least have a shiny of Tentacool or Staryu at least? I gotta see if I could try to draw that icon of Crash. It's minuscule, I know, but I recently played Crash Bandicoot Warped, so it works. He looks like a dog. He looks like some kind of dog creature. And he's supposed to be a bandicoot! In the Naughty Dog era, he's mistaken for a fox, but still. This is also to pay homage to Malachi and Spinsby, which I will get done either today or tomorrow. Spinsby is a homage to Crash Bandicoot and Rigby from Regular Show. So this Crash Bandicoot would definitely count as promotion. If it doesn't turn out good, sorry, but this is the best quality my iPad can get for this icon of Crash. Should have gone for the one where it just didn't look as good. If you look up close, he's got a blue nose. Yeah, my Crash isn't gonna look good. It's just an icon. Who knows, maybe I can use this as the face for Spinsby in the final cover for the episode. This is in between Bear Wars. And no, Jeremy's not in here. Malachi's in here, CJ's in here, Brandy's in here, and Valencia's in here. Westall's also in here too. And Rice. I don't want to debate, but when people say that Crash Bandicoot Warp is supposed to be the best Crash game, I have to disagree. Crash Bandicoot Warped had way too many vehicle segments. I can't believe I'm saying this. I cannot believe I'm saying this. But Wrath of Cortex had better vehicle segments. I said it and I'm sticking to it. At least Wrath of Cortex had variety when it came to the vehicles, and I did like the Firefly vehicle. It was only used once, but it was basically a wasted potential. So I'm a little bit sad that Wrath of Cortex is no longer Crash Bandicoot 4, but they just want to remove that from the timeline. Besides, it's not really their fault. Universal was the one that pushed the deadline. Both Wrath of Cortex and Enter the Dragonfly suffered lots and lots of cut content, especially Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, which led to the demise of Equinox E and Check 6. All because of Universal demanding these changes and wanting a deadline of fall 2002. Because Crash had a game in 2001. I know that since my dad got me Wrath of Cortex when the game came out on PlayStation 2. I played Tekken 4 when it was in the arcade cabinets at the movie theater. Okay, I confess. I have a small soft spot for Spyro the Dragon. It's just the fact that my dad always asked me to help him pass when he's struggling, and I have this mindset where I have this completionist attitude and I won't stop until I pass the game. Once you hand me that controller, it's impossible for me to put down. At night. I don't play during the day because, I have, college. But if I'm, doing something and I'm disturbed, I'm I'll just get it over with. Here, I passed the game for you. Heck, one of the few instances it took me 2 days to complete the game. And that was last year. Plus, I don't want to be... And I don't like it when he says that I'm good at the game because I don't want to be good at Spyro. I just want to pass it to pass it. If I'm good at games, that's Tekken, Crash Bandicoot, and Namco Museum. Arrangements. Like Pac-Man arrangement, Dig Dug arrangement, and Galaga arrangement. And maybe Ridge Racer? Since I did pass that too. Sorry, the library is very limited in terms of the games. My Crash Bandicoot looks mad for some reason. You feeling alright? Oh god, I made Crash cursed. I'm never gonna unsee that. I'm not gonna unsee that. He looks so cursed. I just love how Crash Bandicoot has a troll face on the original covers for the Crash Bandicoot games. Yeah, he looks absolutely nothing like that in the actual game. He looks like this cute little fox creature. Like, it's bad for me to say this, but they portray Crash Bandicoot as a dumbass, but yet they actually advertise him as this cool-looking guy wielding a fruit bazooka, and you get the point. They're still trying to be like Sonic the Hedgehog, but yet when you have a protagonist like Crash Bandicoot, it's almost impossible. Crash doesn't talk, but, well, at least until later games, but there's just some things you can't do, and that's definitely one of them. Falsely advertise something, because you won't know what the end results are. When you look at the artwork for Crash Bandicoot, you can see that he's kind of clueless and stuff, and I'm not going to say that again, but very dumb. I watched this video yesterday that I think Canadian guy that does the Crash and Spyro content. The reason why Crash is more popular than Spyro is because Crash made his debut in 1996 and made 3 games, but when Spyro came out in 1998, Crash already completed the trilogy, and so there was no real contest, and Crash basically cemented himself as the true mascot of the PlayStation. The reason why people were so into his game is it was very innovative and very unique. While Spyro was a little bit late to the party, he still garnered a good reception. He did have a downfall when it came to, well, Into the Dragonfly, but as I said before, it's really not screw it. Equinox E and Check 6 were basically forced by Universal to make these changes, and it's basically Universal's fault for causing this to happen, and led to a split fan base of both Crash and Spyro. And even when they were trying to recreate the formula and stuff, it just didn't work, and so other companies decided to pick up the pieces and resurrect the dying brands into newly resurrected stuff with Legend of Spyro for Crash, Legend of Spyro for Spyro and Crash of the Titans for Crash. They're basically revivals. Well, Crash basically mutated, and due to being a mutant, he mutates from time to time, so he becomes more as a feral bandicoot. And even though he doesn't look like a bandicoot, he looks more like a mutant than he did in the original games. So at least they got that. Love the title, by the way. I never played the game, but originally I didn't like it because I didn't like how they changed Crash, but that was young me. She didn't know any better, and so I have to apologize since I actually do have a soft spot for that new Crash that I used to call it. Now people want to have a new Spyro game because Crash Bandicoot got more games. Okay, that is like the most cursed Crash Bandicoot I've ever made, and it's not even. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, did I mention I was on the news? KCOY. I'm there with the PlayStation backpack. Alright. I gotta like find that image before I forget. Malachi and Spinsby. Hold on a second. What if I take that asset and I give it to Spinsby instead? Okay. This might be weird. I'm gonna change this Crash Bandicoot into Spinsby. Think of it like a reverse evolution. I looked at the price for Yu-Gi-Oh! Cats and Monsters Coliseum, and it's very pricey. I actually want to get that game, but due to its high price, I will say this. It's not as bad as Pokemon Stadium, but it's still a very pricey game. And I got that for what? It was like very low price at Best Buy, but that was years ago. Basically, everything's kind of basically gone up. I am turning this Crash Bandicoot into Spinsby. Because I was just thinking, that's basically his personality too. But his is a lot more tragic. Spinsby is basically this weasel's emergency food supply. And he has to spin around for his own amusement. The weasel's own amusement. And so Malachi has to teach him how to fight back. And the demise is whether or not, I don't know whether to make him die of laughter like how the weasels did in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, or have him immobilized by laughing, getting to a laughing fit like 627 from the Lilo and Stitch animated series. So it's basically, it's a what if, and the decision will be made soon. I had to get rid of that. He can't have that anymore. Or can he? This looks cursed. This looks like if Rigby got merged with Crash Bandicoot. JG, you can't deny that you looked at Crash Bandicoot and used him as inspiration for Rigby. Say all you want about the whole hula hooping raccoon, but he looks more like Crash Bandicoot. Heck, even Chad looks like Crash Bandicoot. I'm not saying that is a bad thing. I just think it's a good idea that he's actually using references outside of his source material. And those source material actually seem to be much better. I actually like how it turned out, is what I'm saying. He looks cursed. He looks so cursed. I'm sorry. He looks so cursed. Wait! I got an idea. How about I play some Crash Bandicoot music in the background? Okay, let's see. You can ignore the noise that's going on. Crash Bandicoot 2, Warped OST. Which one do I want? Medieval Knight? Nope. Underwater, Prehistoric. Let me try, Waves. That's a Coco level, but it's still from the Crash Bandicoot game. heads up, the Mark Mothersbaugh did the music for a regular show, also did the music for the Crash Bandicoot games. Let that sink in, as most of this music actually does pay homage. That's really saying the Tiger Temple is the closest thing you're going to get to hearing something that came out of regular show. Please don't let there be any ads. Yeah, I think you can see that this actually has some regular show vibes to it. Okay, so he looks a little more. He really does look like he merged with Crash Bandicoot. I actually like it. I like how it turned out. He looks all silly and stuff. And while he does look like Rigby due to the color scheme and everything, Malachi pays homage to Mordecai, so of course they have the same color scheme. That goes for Claire as well. Spinsby is a little bit different, but same scenario. I just like how I merged that Crash head into this. That's creativity at its finest. Let me just add a few more. Okay, there we go. Da-da-da. Yeah. Yeah, that looks like a cool looking Spinsby. Am I gonna have the regular life logo? You bet. I just gotta... Let me just move this image down a little bit. Okay, I'll open up the gift. Hang on a second. I just gotta go through my photos. Martellio, you're going to be in something wicked. This way comes. Regular life, regular life, regular life, regular life. Regular life, come on, where is that logo? I gotta like move that up. It's way too far down. It's before Jeremy. Yeah, there it is. Ah, right next to him. In a way, I'm glad I used this as a reference. Having Crash Bandicoot as a reference really did shape Spinsby into the character that you will soon see in the episode. Well, Spinsby can talk. He just has the spinning ability like Crash, but I think he got that from Taz from Looney Tunes. I think I see a lot of similarities. Naughty Dog probably looked at the way Taz spin. I'm like, yes! We'll do that for Crash.
Minchie.
Crash can't talk.
Minchie.
Mom, I'm in the middle of a live stream.
I know, but I gotta tell you something.
Can't wait.
No, it can't.
Mom, please. I need to finish the Spinsby.
It's regarding Daniel.
Oh, what's wrong with Daniel?
That's why you need to end your live stream.
Okay. Hang on a second. Regular life Spinsby. No, I almost said regular show. Ah! Spinsby, Spinsby, Spinsby. Spinsby, Spinsby. Well, I did get one drawing done. At least I ended up with Spinsby. Alright. I gotta go now, guys. Sorry about that. Hope you enjoyed the stream.